Okay, picking up where we left off from, which was creating the spheres here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and name this level spheres so we know that's what we have on this particular effect. And that's cool. So there's our spheres that we just created, our flickering falling spheres. And now what we're going to do is add the star level to it. And since it's going to be on the same path and same trail for the most part, all we have to do really is duplicate what we've already done because we don't have to rebuild everything. So let's hit highlight the sphere and hit Command D on our keyboard, and we get a new new layer. So let's go up to the layer that's created here, and let's change the name of that to Star Bill. So we'll take that out. Star. So we got our sphere and our star bill. And let's go ahead and turn off the sphere for now. We're not going to see a big change because it's a duplicate of it, but we will once we start making the changes we need to make to it. So let's go ahead and go back up to the emitter. That's generally where I like to start. First of all, we don't need as many particles being emitted as we did with the spheres. So let's take that all the way down to about 100, 111. And I want the stars to come out a little bit more randomly, and a little bit more, not from a point. Let's just have it come from a sphere itself. So you can see that the shape of this changed slightly. Let's go back to the point and go back to the spheres. Just a little bit more erratic, which is what we want. We don't have to worry about position because we're going to attach it to a node. We'll leave the linear, ununiform all the same. As far as the velocity goes, let's look at what we want to do here. We know that the stars themselves came out a little bit more erratic and a little bit further away from the trail. So let's up this to about 66. There we go. And we can adjust this later, but for right now that's working fine, and we'll leave it random set to where it is right now, 65. Everything else we'll just leave the same. Okay? Actually, no, let's go change one more thing. We'll change the random seed, which is how it's emitting the particles, so it won't match the other layer. We should have did this on the other layer, but let's do this right here for now. Let's say, I don't know, 77. Cool. Now let's shut the emitter. And let's go into our particle. This is where we're going to make some fairly good size changes. Let's change the life of the stars so that they're a little bit shorter so they don't stay up as long, to about 2 seconds. We still want them to be up there to go out at a random time, so we'll leave that the same. But the big change, obviously, is going to change this to a star, and we're going to choose the star glow here. And there we go. So now we have our stars. And as far as the size of the stars, let's go a little bit larger because they were a bit bigger on the trail. So let's say about 4. And let's keep the randomness the same. The occupancy we could keep the same. Using the over life drawing that we did, we can keep this. This is all fine. Everything else seems to be fine here. So let's go ahead and close this up for a second and go down to the shader. Oh, no, we're not going to use any shading. Let's go down to physics. Here we go. On the physics, we want the stars to fall away a little bit faster than the actual spheres did. So let's set this up to about 500, 551, something like that. We'll leave everything else the same there. As far as the air goes, let's actually try to pull it in a little bit by creating some air resistance. Let's say about 3. So there you go. So you can see that it really pulls those stars in a bit. Anything else in here? We'll leave everything else the same. The wind on Y we'll leave the same. So we're good there. So that went pretty quickly. So we're all done with the first 2 layers. So we're done with the star layer and the sphere layer. I'll turn them both on. Do a quick run here to give you an idea of what we have. Doesn't look like a trail just yet, but once we put in the path and the node, it'll really start taking shape. So we'll do that in the next tutorial. There we go. That's where we are for now. Bye.